Hey everybody, how's everybody doing out there? I hope everybody's doing great. It is kitchen talk time with Granna. We're gonna do a little chit chatting today. All right, so hope everybody had a great weekend. Past weekend, I did not get a chance to check out Love and Marriage Huntsville, the first show from them coming back with season 4. I was out of town with my grandbabies and all the focus was on them. So I thought I would just go through social media to try to piece together some stuff to talk to you guys about what happened on the show because I didn't get a chance to check it out. But let me tell y'all something. I was scrolling through social media, trying to put together enough that I could talk about the first episode, season 4 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And I came across a YouTube video that Ms Wanda has. And I've never watched any of her videos or anything like that. I don't follow Ms Wanda or anything like that. But I came across her YouTube. And let me tell y'all something. Ms Wanda, she definitely was not holding back on anything. Now, her main topic was about Mel. But I will just hit here and there on some of the subjects that she talked about, okay? She started out talking about Marcel and Tisha, and she was upset because Marcel had, I guess, during the break on the episode between the taping, he had taken a trip to Africa, and he went alone. And he didn't invite Tisha to go with him, and it was because he wanted some time to himself to think and all this kind of stuff. So she was upset that he did not take Tisha with him. So she's got questions about that. Now, I did see on social media, on people were saying on Facebook, talking about that a little bit. So I guess that was a part of the episode with him going to Africa and Tisha not going. And, you know, they having a conversation about that. You know, that's their business. I don't really know the ins and out of that, if he actually was alone or what it was. But whatever happened, he went on the trip and Letitia did not go with him. Okay, so Ms Wanda was talking about that. And of course, you know, she did not like that at all, period. So then she goes on, y'all. She goes on and basically start talking about Melanie. 90% of her YouTube was about Melanie and Melanie not being a true friend, and she was upset because Melanie was saying that Tisha is now an enemy to her, and I guess Destiny is too. So apparently on the show, Letitia and Destiny has become besties. They're hanging out together, and then that leaves Kimmy and Mel over here and all that. But she done talked about Melanie. She said Melanie doesn't know the meaning of a true friend, and that basically Melanie is a user, and Melanie just used people. And then she gets to the part where she's called Melanie friends monkeys. She said Melanie don't have nothing but a bunch of monkeys around her, and they're just there to pick up the bananas, and Melanie throw them out some bananas here and there, and that's all, you know, it was. And she even said Destiny was one of Melanie's bananas when they first came on, because she said that Melanie really doesn't have any friends, that all the friends that Melanie has had, she has met through someone else. You know, the show starts out where they're all friends, the hosts and the Scotts, and you know, Letitia and Kimmy, they're friends, and then as the show goes on, you know, those friendships dissolve or they break up, and it's really been a lot between Letitia and Melanie. You know, we've seen that on just about every episode. But Ms Wanda, when she said that Melanie don't have nothing but a bunch of monkeys falling behind her, I was like, I'm done. I am just done. I am so done with Ms Wanda. I was like, oh my God. But then if you watch her YouTube, some of the things that she was saying kind of put a little light on some things here and there. And, you know, she was talking about the last reunion that they had, that Melanie memory just went lapsed. She just lost her memory when Carlos now was asking her if she had ever, you know, stepped out on Martell. And Melanie had said on that reunion that she was with the guy and he performed fellatio or whatever. Basically, he performed oral sex on her, and she couldn't remember if she did or didn't with him. And, you know, Wanda was saying that that's just really convenient that she lose her memories when it comes to something like that. But when it comes to something that she heard Tisha might have said, that her memory is good. So she was really going off on Melanie about this guy that she's supposed to have been with and her memory with that guy and everything. And, oh my God, Wanda was just all over the place. She was just talking so much. You know, just dogging Melanie to dogging her. And then she had some of her viewers that was coming back and they were saying that Ms Wanda was jealous or Tisha was jealous of Melanie, and she was like basically letting the viewers have it. She was like, you know, they have no reason to be jealous of Melanie. And, you know, Melanie does not have a storyline, that her storyline for the first 3 episodes was basically about coleslaw. And I hate calling her coleslaw because I also watched a video that she did. I'm going to talk about that later. But Ariane Curry is her name. And she's a young lady that Martell had a relationship for like 7 years. And when you watch Ariane's interview that she had with Tasha K, a lot of information came out through her interview. You know, and she was just, Wanda was just saying that, you know, Melanie doesn't have a storyline. Her storyline has been off of other people, like piggybacking off of other people. And I guess if it, you know, it involves Melanie, so I can see why she talks about Ariane in the relationship that she had with Martell, Melanie's ex-husband. So, you know, that is kind of a part of her storyline to a certain extent. But I can also understand that, you know, you got to move on from that. Those was your first 2 episodes, which went over to the 3rd episode. So she, you know, she's got to move on. And I think Melanie has moved on and she's focusing on other things. And I don't know what all is going to come out with this new season 4, how that's going to go. I do know that I saw some snippets that Letitia and Destiny was out for lunch or something, and I guess that's where they were saying that they was talking about Melanie. She heard that Letitia and Destiny was talking about her, and you know, and all that. But Ms Wanda was like going in. She was going in, guys, and she was just saying that Melanie started out with friends with Tisha, friends with Kimmy, friends with Destiny, and now Tiffany, and she met all these ladies through someone else. These are not true friends that she's had for years and years and years. She met them all through the Scotts or through Martell, you know, and she was just talking about that. And she was basically saying that she is there to defend her daughter. She don't give a frit and frat what nobody says when it comes to Letitia. She's gonna defend Letitia, whether it's against Melanie or it's against Marcel. And she made it pretty clear that she doesn't like Marcel, and we've seen that on the show, that she does not care for her son-in-law Marcel because she doesn't trust him. And she was you know, putting that out there and saying that, you know, Marcel is trying to throw the heat off of him about this alleged picture that was taken with them going to Georgia, where Ariana was there. She flew in from Ohio there to meet Martell. And Ariana was saying, you know, that, you know, when she got there, there was some other ladies that was there that she referred to as linebackers. And this is Ariana telling her story to Tasha K. Okay, it's a lot going on. It's a whole lot. So you're going to have to go back and watch the YouTube with Tasha K and Ariana, I think I'm saying her name right, Curry, and look at all the stuff that she put out there. And then you got to go back and look at Ms Wanda's YouTube, and she talked a little bit about the first episode. She didn't go into too much depth. You know, in that episode, it was focusing on, she was upset because Mel was saying that Letitia was an enemy, and she had heard, Mel had heard that Letitia and Destiny was talking about her. So it was just so much that Ms Wanda was putting out there. Ms Wanda was going, and we couldn't expect anything less because that's just who Wanda is. But I will say that some of the stuff that she was saying, you got to think about it, because like they always says, there's three sides to every story. You have the person that's initially telling the story and who they're talking about. Then you have that person that's being talked about, and then somewhere there in the middle, there's the truth there. And of course, Wanda is more in depth with what's going on with the show because she appears on the show every episode. And of course, I'm sure her and Letitia talks because that's her daughter. So I know Letitia's probably telling her some inside stuff that's going on and all that. So she has some information that we don't have. And in the past, a lot of people has looked at Wanda as being messy or being ghetto, as she's been referred to on the show. And that came from Miss Vanessa. But a lot of people has really dogged Wanda for being who she are and how she come back with her comebacks and her shadiness and her saltiness that she throws out there about the other cast members. But like she said, she's just doing what she feels like she needs to do to defend her daughter. And I can understand that to a certain extent. But I do and still believe, and I've said it before, that some of those things, she definitely have to let Letitia figure out and defend for herself, But Wanda ain't holding back, honey. She's coming out with all barrels. She's coming out shooting, honey. I watched her whole YouTube. It was probably about 30-40 minutes on her YouTube, but I watched the whole thing, and it was funny. It was comedic. It was very funny, and she she basically just wrote the whole thing talking about Melanie and saying how Melanie's not a true friend, and Melanie want to use everybody else as her storyline, and Melanie need to leave Letitia alone, and she need to get her own storyline. And Ms Wanda kept calling out for this guy that she had been with when her and Martell was separated and all that. And it was just funny. It was funny. It was entertaining. And yeah, I think I might start following Ms Wanda because she do have the inside scoop. And you can kind of see things from a different view. Now, everything she said, I definitely did not agree with, because I did not agree with her calling Melanie's friends or people that she hang out with or has hung out with, including Destiny, as monkeys. I did not agree with that, because she wouldn't want someone to say Tisha was someone's monkey. And she even said that that's why Melanie don't like Tisha, because Tisha's not one of her little monkeys. So I did not like that. And like I said, when she went in on Ariane, Martell's other baby mother, she was kind of, in on her just a little bit about her not knowing the difference between a two-home family, which is a mother and a father, and that came from her interview. And she was saying that what was Ariane referring to when she was calling the young ladies that was up in the Georgia with the guys, linebackers. She was talking about that, and when I watched that interview with Ariane and Tasha K, I really didn't like her referring those other women to linebackers. They may not have looked what she thought they should look like, but she was basically degrading them and saying they was not, nice looking women's or whatever the case may be. And that could have been looked at another way from those young ladies that was there in Georgia with the Scott guys. They may have been looking at her as she was not the best looking young woman. I don't know, but I just know it's a lot of drama. It's going to be a lot of drama coming with this new episode of Love and Marriage. And I do think they need to just let that die down with Ariane. She's not being allowed to be on the show and tell her story, so they need to stop using that as a storyline. But you guys need to go ahead and watch Ms Wanda, because she would definitely have you cracking up. She's something else. She's something serious. So yeah, that was what I watched, trying to catch up on Love and Marriage. So I still got to watch the episodes and stuff. But guys, yeah, y'all go check out Wanda on her YouTube. She says she'll be back Sunday to talk about the second episode of it. Check her out, okay? All right, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. You guys have a great day. Go about your business. Be nice to people you come in contact with. Don't forget to go back, show Granna some love, hit that subscribe button, and I will check you guys out next time around.